everyone, this is Nicole.
It's Charles.
Thanks for coming to our wedding. This is a little video about us. We hope you enjoy it. All right, well, Charles and I met September 11th, about 4 years ago.
This September will be 5.
Yeah. So 2010. It was actually through our friend, Chelsea, who's my friend actually.
And Andy, her husband, who's my friend.
It was at an event. Chelsea's husband, Andy, had a band, and they were playing. And so I was there with Chelsea and Abra, seeing Andy play, and Charles was there.
With all of my friends from work, as Andy actually worked with us.
And then I was sitting at a table on one side of the room with Chelsea and Abra, my friends, and
I was at the bar with all of my friends.
And then all I know was that Charles came up to me and asked me if he could buy me a drink. Apparently you were talking about me to your friends.
They kept encouraging me to go over there, but of course I had to have liquid courage in order to do so.
Then he came over, and I'd never had anybody approach me before like that.
Which I find hard to believe.
And then we started talking like about music.
And video games.
Yeah, what Charles said to me later was that he really liked how I wasn't just all about myself.
And it was nice to actually have someone that was give and take through the conversation, where they would want to talk about themselves, but then also ask questions about me, which I really liked.
Yeah. We exchanged numbers, and then we just, talked on the phone and hung out on weekends and things like that. Like 2 weeks later, it was his birthday,
Yeah.
October 1st. And so I said, well, I didn't know what to do because I had barely known him. So I said, I'll just cook for you. And he was like stunned on the phone. He was like, wow, no one's ever cooked for me before. I was like, oh, but I didn't actually know how to cook. So. So it was a really good thing. It was like definitely a present. It was very special. So yeah, I cooked him Alfredo because he liked that. And then he bought like really expensive wine because he doesn't know how to wine. I don't know wine either. So we both didn't know what to do. Then we still would kind of hung out, walk in the park or something. But then our next kind of official date was an opera. Just funny. My friend Elvin was in the Arizona Opera Company, and he was an ensemble member in the Pirates of Penzance. So I was going to go see him, and I said, hey, do you want to go see an opera? And he was like, sure. Okay, you got to get some clothes. So I had a dress, and these things are kind of fancy, I said, kind of formal. So we went to Burlington Coat Factory. We picked out like dress pants and nice shoes and jacket and things. We took a picture of us in our formal wear. Do you remember how when we got there, no one was dressed up fancy? I was like, what's wrong with these people? It's supposed to be fancy. So we were really awkward. But actually, do you remember all the old people that gave us compliments? They all like looked at us. They're like, oh, who are these young folks all dressed up fancy? It was really funny.
I really enjoy operas and music, so we kind of clicked there because a lot of the stuff she was into, I was into.
I just thought it was really cute that he really liked it that much.
Whispers in the grass.
Yes, Charles made it official.
Yeah, it was actually a few months after we met that I finally decided that,
Yeah, I think it was within like a month or so.
Yeah.
It was very quick that Charles, over the phone we were talking, and then he goes, so I'm wondering if you could be my girlfriend. I was like, okay. I didn't know what to say. I was kind of shocked and, like excited and stuff. So, okay. Yep. So that was the moment, I guess, that we kind of became like officially boyfriend, girlfriend.
Right.
So it was pretty soon after.
We can kiss and flow.
I was within, I would say, the first 3 to 4 months of us going out, I had I knew that Nichol was the one that I loved. And then it was probably a few months after that that I knew that she was the one that I wanted to be with.
Yeah. And like he also knew that I was very slow. My heart is very slow. And so for me, I knew he liked me right away, but I wasn't looking for anything serious, and I told him so I was trying to just be honest. And he was like, okay, sure, no problem. But I knew he felt something. And so he said, I love you before I did. So it was a little bit awkward because I said, I don't want to say it back until I know that I feel that way too, you know? And so it did take me a little bit longer, and it was slow. It wasn't like, I never really had a moment of realization. It was just like it was just sort of a slow, gradual process that all of a sudden I was like, yeah, I do love him. Yeah, I feel it back, you know, and I could say it to him back. Well, Charles and I have been engaged for about a year and a half now. It was Christmas Day, that he proposed to me. Yeah, 2013.
So I had to go pick her up that morning from the airport because she was flying down from Colorado, and I had hidden the ring in my room. So when she came up, Greta was up there, which is her cat. So she was loving on Greta, unawares of what was about to occur. And then while she was over there, I got down on my knee. And then when she turned around to say something to me, I was there with the ring, and that's when I proposed.
Yeah, it was nice and simple. He just, he was kind of acting funny before that, and I was like, you know, but I didn't think of it. I'd been gone, you know, for a year for school and things like that, so I didn't think, well, I guess half a year at that time, and so I didn't think of it. And he was like, Nichol, I really love you. I'm like, yeah, I love you too. And he was really lovey-dovey, and then all of a sudden we went to kiss, and then I felt something against, like, just right here, and I was like, wait, what? So I opened my eyes, and then there it was. So he was kind of sneaky. Yeah, so he said he was really nervous, and then looking back, I was like, oh yeah, he was really quiet in the car, and you know, but that's kind of not so unusual because I just talk the whole time. So it was a good cover, I think, right? You were like, you could just use it. So then I said, yeah, you know, yes, and I was so excited, and we went downstairs and, you know, told our parents and called my friend and everything. But one thing that was really sweet that kind of sets Charles apart was that he said to me, I wanted to do it today, Christmas, because I knew that your grandma would be here and I knew that she would want to be there for it. I just thought that was amazing, that he would have thought about my grandma and knew that she would want to be there for that important occasion. And he was right.
After the engagement, like, because she was up here in Colorado and I was down in Arizona, but luckily technology saved us by having FaceTime. So every single day we FaceTime, and it's usually for an hour or more.
So we've been long distance for almost 2 years while I've been going to school in Colorado. I think the video really makes a difference. There's just something about seeing a person's face that just really helps. And it didn't feel like he was that far away. So that was really helpful. I think it really does make a difference rather than just the phone. But yeah, he's right. I mean,
I would fly her down like every break she had, and then occasionally I would fly up here when I could get the time off from work, so I could spend my time with her up here and actually experience nice weather.
It actually really wasn't that hard.
No.
We didn't. I didn't ever feel like we were like pulled away or lost touch with each other or emotionally disconnected. And I also thought that was a good testament of our relationship. And that's actually something I thought of when I was moving out here. I thought, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? You know, and I thought, you know what? if we really are strong, it's going to be okay. And so we'll have to just see, you know, we'll just have to let the relationship speak for itself. And so it was fine. We did just fine.
My darling dear, love you.
The main thing I'm most excited about is being able to get to spend the, you know, all my time with her. I mean, that's all I really want to do. She enjoys the things I watch. She, like, when I want to play my video games, she likes watching me play. Just being around her is all I want, you know. And it's gonna be, that's all I have to look forward to and hope for, is that I get to.
I'm just really looking forward to sharing my life with Charles. I've always been really independent, so I'm actually ready for this. You know, I'm ready to give and ready to share, and I think that's important. I'm really looking forward to, you know, finding a house together, you know, having a garden, just doing things together. We love to walk. Colorado's beautiful, so there's lots of things to enjoy and just create memories together, and take care of each other.
Sunrise, there's so much they hold.
I think one of the things I've learned to kind of accept from Nichol is the fact that she will always drop food on the floor. Like, one of the times was we were in my room, sitting on the floor, eating ice cream. And somehow the cup, which she was holding firmly, I hope, from here, and then it ended up upside down on my floor.
Magically. It just happens.
This happens. So I need to invest in stain remover and Scotch Guard.
I don't know.
I'm not very funny.
I mean, we're just funny when we're watching like shows together, or with the cat,
Or how she always misquotes
yeah.
any quote from a movie. It's always completely wrong.
No, only slightly. I get the gist. I like alter it just enough for it to be not quite. Yeah, that's always funny.
Some even fall to the earth.
What stood out to me most about Charles was always his heart. He just has a really golden heart, and that was something that was really important to me. Because, you know, people's habits, they change. Your likes and dislikes change, but I think that the core of the person, the heart of the person, doesn't. And you can't change that. I mean, if somebody, they are who they are, so you have to just make sure that who they are is pretty good. He's just always so aware of things, you know. He's always been really aware of me, like when I like something or feel uncomfortable about something, the things that matter to me. Like I mentioned my family and my grandma even. That's something that I've just always been really shocked at. Some of the things that he really likes, he's really subtle about. Like, he is a diehard like Star Trek and Star Wars fan, and I didn't know until like a year after dating him. I was like, how do you not mention this? He was like, I don't know. Like, sometimes there are definitely things that he's just really like understated about, and so it's something that I've had to like kind of tune into, as like be more observant about him and what he likes, and tune into what he says too. What I've learned about most is the things that he likes, the things that bug him, how perceptive he is, the way he thinks, all good things.
I think one of the biggest, like, to begin with, like, what I had to like kind of learn to love with Nichol, she likes to wait until right before you need to go somewhere to start to get ready to go somewhere. It used to bug me like a lot because I'm always, you know, this is the time you need to be there, that's the time you're gonna get there, and always get there early, you know. And that's one of the things I had to break myself of and realize that's never going to happen again.
let go of being girly for the rest of your life.
It's like, if we get there, we won.
Success. Like, he's kind of uptight about the things that I'm kind of more lackadaisical about.
One of the biggest things, though, that I love about her is the fact that she's always so willing to do what I want to do. We do give take on what we do. When we first met, like how she was always asking me questions too, is I kind of got that's how she was, so that's one of the biggest things that I liked about her, and it's really nice having that kind of relationship with somebody. Thanks everybody for coming and attending our wedding and watching this video, which I hope some of you enjoyed. You guys have a wonderful evening.
Just the way